Hello, what's up everyone? In today's video, I'm going to give you another analysis on TUT USDT. I'm going to speculate on the direction the market might be going to. Okay, before I continue, if you are new to this channel, do well to hit the subscribe button, like our channel, our video, and also share this content so that um YouTube can show this content to other users so that they can gain knowledge of this information. But before I continue, you are like, oh, what am I doing? Am I right or am I wrong? Right? Okay, so if I continue on this analysis, I would love to show you our previous chart. You can see on our screen that call on hyper USDT, HYPER USDT, and you can see that the market actually moved in the direction we predicted. You can see on our screen we also did analysis on BTC USDT, and you can see that the market actually respected our analysis. And you can see that we also did analysis on GAME USDT. You can also see that the market respected our prediction on the market, our focus on the market. So you see, we are not new in this game. We've been doing this thing, and the same strategy we've been using, it has been working over and over and over again. So in today's video, I'll be giving you another analysis here. I'm going to give you a breakdown of what I think is going to happen in the market, so you can do what, also make massive profit off this information. So if you love what I'm doing and you love what I'm doing much, you can also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, like our video, and also share this content so that YouTube can recommend this video to others. Okay, so before we continue, we can see that the TUT USDT, that's TUT USDT, you can see that right now the market is what, on a downtrend. And I'm using the 4-hour time frame right now. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that this market is actually resting on a good resistance zone that is now acting as what, a support level. You can see that the market is actually resting on that point. That's the first thing you can see on the market, that initially the market actually broke towards the upward direction and the market came back to that point, right? Okay, so below that point right here, around this point that I'm going to mark right now, you're going to see we also have another level right here. Okay, so we also have another level right here, another support level right there. Okay, the first support level was around this point. The first support level was around this point, and the next support level that we're looking at is around this point, right? That's another support level that we are going to look at. Okay, so I can't just take any trade decision based on this information. I need to go down to the smaller time frame, like the 1 hour time frame, 15-minute time frame, to look at what the market is doing, so I can take a trade bias of what the market is doing. So I'm going to the 1 hour time frame right now. So if you come to the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see that the market right now is reacting around that zone, right? Is reacting around that zone, that first support level. You can see that the market is reacting around that first support level. You can see that the market is having a difficult time trying to break below. It's just testing that level and giving us reaction around that point, right? Okay, so I'm also going to use a Fibonacci tool right here to measure this whole move, right? I'm going to use the Fibonacci move to measure this whole move and see where the market is actually resting. So if you come to our Fibonacci move, you can see that the market actually have broken our 0.6, right? They've broken our 0.5, 0.618 range, and it also broke our 0.618 and 0.75 range, right? So it's inside the 0.75 to the 1.0 range right now. So what are we expecting of this market? Since it's around this point, we want to take a buy trade because it's currently in a very good area for us to do what, take trade. So I'm going to go down to the 15-minute time frame to see what the market is doing. Okay, so from the 15-minute time frame, let's see if we can get any chart pattern or any chart pattern or any formation, any cue we can get from this smaller time frame. Okay, so from the smaller time frame, let's see, we have something that looks like this, right? We have something that looks like this. So we have something that looks like this, okay, which is like a triangle, right? Which is like a triangle. Okay, so based on this information that we have here, this particular level is kind of like a very risky level for us to do or take a trade based on this price formation. This particular support level is kind of like a risky level. Do you understand? Because whenever this kind of pattern forms, the likelihood of occurrence is the market moving towards the downward direction, breaking that low possibly before making a reversal towards the upward direction or continuation of the downward direction. Do you understand? So based on this information that we are getting from the 15-minute time frame, this chart pattern that we are getting off the 15-minute time frame, we won't be taking our buy trade right there, but rather we'll be looking at the second support level as our key priority zone for us to do or take our trade entry based on this information. Remember, in our previous video, I also did something like this. Where we saw a chart pattern, and you can actually see that the market actually respected the view that we got from that information. Do you understand? Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to take this out from the screen right now. So because of this information, I won't be looking at this level to take a trade. Do you understand? I won't be looking at this level, though the market can reverse off this particular level towards the upward direction from here. Do you understand? The market can just reverse upward, but me, I won't be taking off from this level because of this simple information that I saw right there. Because whenever this chart pattern happens, the likelihood of the market going downward is kind of like 60 over 40. Do you understand? So the market might likely go downward. Do you understand? Doesn't mean that the market will not go upward. It might go upward, but the likelihood of it going downward is at 60%. Do you understand? So because of this, I won't be taking a trade around that area, but rather I want the market to sweep downwards, and I'm going to take my entry at the other point. Do you understand? I'm going to take my entry right here. This is the point I'll be looking at taking my trade. So based on this information, I'm going to go back to the 1 hour time frame and start marking out my stop loss, my entry, and also my risk toward reward, right? Okay, so from the 1 hour time frame, I'll be taking off this point now. I'll not be taking a trade off that point, but rather I'll take trade right here. So I want this market to come towards this area, probably the 0.59 or 0.60, right? The market to come towards this area, and my stop loss is going to be slightly below this whole low, right? And my reward is going to be 1:2. You know the standard 1:2, right? So this is how I want this market to move right now. So for the analysis on this coin TUT USDT, I just want this market to break this um for the market to break this support level. I want the market to break this support level, though the market might do what, move upward of the support level, but I just want the market to break this support level towards the lower level for me to take a high um a high profitable trade. Do you understand? A high profitable trade, a high probability trade setup right there. But if you want to take this trade right here, you can also take the trade right here, but that would be like an aggressive entry. Do you understand? You can take the trade right here, but this is gonna be like an aggressive entry. Your stop loss slightly below that point right there, and your take profit, like I said, always 1:2. Take profit 1:2 risk to reward, right? So you can decide to take your trade off this point right here. You can decide to take your trade off that point, but that will be like an aggressive entry. Do you understand? That will be like an aggressive entry. But for you to enter the trade conservatively, I think here is preferable because this particular point here is high probability setup compared to this other point. Do you understand? So that's my analysis on TUT USDT. So if you like what we are doing, remember to hit the subscribe button, share this video, like the video so that YouTube can recommend this video to other users so that they can gain information, they can maximize this information and profit off it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just an analyst. So whatever trade decision you make, you are solely responsible for it. That's a disclaimer you need to understand. And always remember to risk what you can afford to lose in the financial market. Thank you.